Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly and welcome to another episode of the 13 Days of Halloween series. So welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying this series so far. As you can probably tell by my voice, I am very sick. So it's going to be very difficult to do this video, but I went ahead and created this project. What I love about this is the fact that you can simply use any piece left that you have from your collection and put it into these adorable cute little journals. So I went ahead and made 6 of them. I did 4 using these black and orange collection, and they're so cute and easy. This measure 8 by 4 because I use an 8 by 8 paper bag for that. And so all I did really was just like stitch around in here, and then I put some tea-dye paper together and stitch it on the center. This stitch is made by hand, so it's super simple to do. I did of course do a tutorial on this project as well, which I am gonna play right after this. I also made 2 using the Pink Book collection to include into my Happy Mail book. I think they're so stinking cute. So stay tuned. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and be sure to subscribe and come back tomorrow for the next video. Thanks for watching. Okay, so to make these little journals, I'm going to be using the 8 by 8 sheets of paper that I had left over from this collection, and as you can see, I almost killed the whole paper pack. I'm also going to use some tea-dye paper. So all you do with this is to grab your regular printer paper, you dip it on some tea for about 10 minutes, and then you put it in the oven at 250 degrees, and then I do 4 at a time, so I just do 2 and 2 on a cooking sheet, and I bake it for another 10 minutes. So then yeah, so it's kind of like a whole day thing because you have to watch it, and you know, I usually do it when I'm home. So I did this last week, and I have a few, but you can also just use regular paper if you don't like that antique look, or if you don't want to go through the trouble of doing the whole coffee dye paper. Now these sheets are going measure, this one's measure a little bit more than 8 because they have the white string on, but I'm just gonna cut them down to 8 inches. So these measure 8 by 8. You can definitely use a 12 by 12 and you just cut it down a little bit. I'm just trying to finish with 1 paper pack before I move to the next. So here we go. So I'm gonna be doing 4 of these. As you can see, this one's super cute. I love the black and white, and I love these little kitties. I'm also going to be using these cut aparts from the collection itself, and these measure 4 by 4 on the sheet, but I cut mine a little bit smaller at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. That way it can fit a little bit better. So I also really like doing stitching around my pages, which definitely you don't have to do. But what I'm gonna do is just fold this in half, just like that, super quick and easy. And then I'm going to layer these images here. For example, maybe I'll do the orange one with the black and white, and then I'll do this paper that is super orange. I think it's really cute with a little ghost, but it is a little bit too orange. So I'm gonna mix that with some black to balance out the colors. This black and white, you already know I love black and white, as you can see on my nails. And I'm just gonna do this one with the orange, and then this cute little pumpkin one, super cute too. I could do the RIP, but you know what, I think I want to use another one of these, either the You Are Magic. Since I have it, I might as well use it, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a couple more of these. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut the other set, and then I decided I'm going to use these ones for the covers. And then we can use these other ones for like inside journaling in the pages. So I am just going to keep these little journals very simple, and I am going to glue these images on the center of the cover, just like so. And then I am going to go ahead and stitch around this image so it looks like it was stitched around. But first I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down. Okay, so I glue all of these ones down on the front of what are going to be the journals. I also went ahead and used some of my scraps from the Pink and Blue collection. So I am going to stitch around here just to give it that extra little touch, but you definitely don't have to stitch it. It could be just fine. You could probably just back these on some black cardstock before you put it on if you want to see a little border, but if not, these can stay as they are. Okay, so I have all the covers already, and now for the pages we are going to cut some paper. Now, like I said, I'm going to be using this tea-dye paper. You can use any printer paper or line paper, just whatever you have in hand and whatever is easiest. So I am going to cut my pages down to 7 3/4. So this is going to be a little bit smaller than the cover on, you know, on the sides, because I don't want this sticking out. So I'm going to do 7 3/4, something like this. And then I'm going to cut this down to 8 inches because this measures 8 and a half, right? So I'm going to just simply take out just this little piece, and I'm going to be cutting more of those, but let's go ahead and fold this over. So the side that measures 7 3/4, that's where you're going to fold in half, just like this. And then the length is going to be 8, and that's because when we put it inside our little journals, you don't want this paper sticking out, but then you do want this flush with the base. I'm just gonna fold all of these ones, and I assume we probably need about 4 or 5 per page. It's kind of hard to see which side is which because it's almost a square but not quite. So I always have to remember which way to fold it. Okay, so we can start with this one. So now you just want to put one inside the other like this, just like that. And you can definitely add more pages. I'm just gonna place this in here. Okay, so now to put the little journals together, I'm going to use a little needle and some twine. I'm using black twine, and then this needle is a little bit pointy. So I am just going to open this up on the center, and these are going to be really small, and you know, these are going to be part of my Happy Mail, but you can definitely add more pages. You can even mix up more of your design paper if you like. Alright, so I am going to start by poking a hole down the center like this, just like so, and we're gonna come out right there, and then we are going to pull and then just do another hole on the top right down the center, and then we're gonna pull that one out, and make sure you have a lot left over here in the center because you don't want this coming out. I think this much should be enough, and then we're gonna go all the way up like this. Kind of leave the same spacing here that you did here, and I'm just eyeballing mine. I'm not measuring anything, but it's probably about 1 inch. And then I'm just gonna poke and come out outside like this, and then I'm gonna pull and then we are going to go back to the center and come out the same way, just like that. And then you are going to make sure that you have your 2 strings. Well, first let me cut this out. And so you have 2 pieces. So make sure that this center line goes in between those 2 pieces. So I'm gonna slide this one under, or one of them. Okay, so now that we have it like so, I'm going to go ahead and make a knot. So we're going to do a double knot, just like that. And then I'm just going to cut the extras. And here we go. Super quick and easy. So now we have one, and I am going to do the same to all of these ones. So I am done making the little journals. They were really super easy to do. So another thing that you can add into your journals is it's a really good way to use up all of your scraps. Like for example, something like this, and you just got little pieces, and then you can fold this on half and make little like tabs for your booklets, and you just place them like all throughout, and it really looks really cute when you do that. Oh, so these old pieces here that we cut out, you can put them in here and maybe like make them into little pockets or things like that. But I think for this tutorial I am going to stop, because as you can probably tell, I am losing my voice. So I hope that you guys enjoy this quick tutorial. I hope that you come back tomorrow for the next project, and I want to thank you for watching. Bye-bye.